What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. All right, guys, we are going to be talking about something that many of you have been pretty much asking me to do every single day, and I just wasn't comfortable enough to do it because I didn't want to give you guys bad information. But now that I've done all the testing that I want to, we are ready now to cover blessing stones. That's right. Now, I'm not going to do a tier list, but I am going to give you guys two categories and the best blessing stones that belong in those categories. Now, the two categories I'm referring to are the categories that matter most in this game. Number one, DPS. DPS is king in this game. Everything is on a timer pretty much, except for a few stages. Everything that you actually will care about will run on time, and DPS is king, and that will remain no matter what. Blessing stones play a major part in increasing your overall damage, and we're going to talk about the top few that you should focus on when you're going into any battle and why. And then the second portion of it is going to be survivability, because of course you can't DPS unless you're alive, so that's going to help you guys out quite a bit as well. Now, I've got 27 out of 72 blessing stones. I possess every blessing stone in rare format except for one, and that is swiftness, but we already know what that does, so I will talk more about it. I've got some of the ones here like Boss Slayer in epic version, so I mean I can touch more on that, but we're going to focus only on rares because majority of you players in the player base are going to have only rare versions of these, and I'll explain to you why at the end of the video and how to acquire epics and legendaries. Okay, so let's start off with the DPS portion of the video. So first thing we're going to talk about, guys, is we're going to start from the bottom. We're going to work our way up, okay, and we're going to talk about the best ones to focus on. Now, first one, advanced dagger technique. Now, one thing I want you guys to get out of your head is this is not only for daggers. A lot of people see this portion of it and be like, oh shoot, it's only for daggers. All they're doing here is just wording it based on the manhwa and anime because he obviously is proficient at daggers. Replace daggers with all weapons. That's what it really means. So essentially, when attacking an enemy who has 70% or less HP, the damage you deal increases by 5.6%. Now remember, damage dealt is not the same as attack, okay? 5.6% is a damage formula at the end of all of it. It takes into account all things. Everything gets taken into account, and then it adds 5.6%. Now, you guys saw yesterday, if you did watch the video, if you did not, go check it out. Damage increase does scale very small if your attack is small. So this is only going to matter if you have a very high attack rate. So if your attack is super high, you'll do better here. If you scale off of really low attack, this is going to be useless, okay? So keep that in mind. This is going to be only good if attack is high, but definitely use this one if you have the ability, all right? Now, next one here, sharp perception. Now, this here I would ignore completely, okay? So this one, a lot of people may want to use it. At the rare level, it's minuscule. So it increases your crit rate by 4% only, up to 8 seconds. This is a useless one. I would not use that whatsoever. So just, I would say avoid that, okay? Now, this here is not bad. Again, kind of useless for Jinwoo because he has Shadow Step. When you hit, decreases the attack for 4 seconds, and then when you attack and decrease the target's defense by 4 seconds, by 4%. Not useful at all. So these two guys, I know some people were asking me about it. I would avoid it at the rare level. It might get better later on. All right. Pulverize. This is actually not a bad one. The power of the break effects you apply on the enemy increase by 12%, and the damage you deal during the targets during the break effect is also by 12%. This one actually is really good. So this one I would recommend, especially for anything that's a break related or after the break phase. Doing 12% more damage is fantastic, and that actually works better than the dagger technique that you saw earlier. So Pulverize is actually a very powerful one, and I would highly recommend it. Now, if you are fighting a lot of adds and times and you don't care about bosses, this one actually isn't too bad, dealing 6% more damage to non-boss monsters, but I feel like that's one you kind of want to just put on the side burner unless it's all ads that you're fighting and there's no bosses involved. So this one's okay, wouldn't recommend it personally. Conquer Adversity, very, very good. Now, this one here, when you lose 30% of your HP, so go down to 90% of your HP lost, 10% left, your attack increases by 3 times, right? So you get yourself attack, defense, and HP increase. Now, this is important because attack scales better than damage increase in early on in the game, and this will also boost the rest of your stats. So this one, highly, highly recommend put this on, especially when fighting tougher bosses. This one's going to really help you a lot, okay? Chains of Blood is another really powerful one, but also will increase based on the HP ratio that you lose. So you gain 12% of your lost HP ratio in attack damage, but also you increase the damage you take. So keep that in mind. If you're not very good at dodging, this one's going to suck for you, but if you're great at dodging, this is going to be one of your best DPS ones out there, okay? Now, Boss Slayer, very, very powerful. You increase your damage dealt to bosses by 8%, but your cooldown of dash also gets decreased. So you lose survivability, but you gain DPS. So this was a very powerful one. And Double-Edged Sword is another great one too. When you attack, when your attacks hit essentially at any point. Your attack stats increase by 2% for 10 seconds, but the attack stat of the target also increases by 2, and you can stack this up to 4 times, giving you 8%. So this is actually a very powerful one as well too, okay? And then lastly, the one I'd recommend here out of all these is weakness detection is actually really good because it does more elemental weakness damage, but this is only if you're fighting an opponent that you have weapons that cause the elemental damage weakness to them. This doesn't apply if you don't do any of that, okay? So this is very situational, but very powerful when used correctly. Now this here can also be very, very strong if you build crit rate by breaking the opponent's gauge. You decrease it by 2% every time you land a crit. If you land a lot of crits, break damage is gone. Like it's gone. Like you will destroy a bar. So that's a really good one as well too. Assassin's Proficiency I don't recommend personally. Like Baruka's Dagger, this works really well, but it's very situational. Again, you got to be behind the opponent almost the entire time. Very, very situational. I wouldn't recommend this one whatsoever. So all in all, guys, top ones are going to be Niche, Weakness Detection, very strong though. Fatal Strike, very good for break. Double-edged Sword, incredible for DPS. Chains of Blood, incredible for DPS. Conqueror of Adversity. These three are probably going to be your main ones. Pulverize is up there as well too. And then also I would do Advanced Technique, Dagger Technique, if you are fighting opponents that you can actually reduce their HP below 70%. So those are going to be your best DPS ones. So we go 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So those are your top 8 DPS ones. Now, again, you're going to use these sparingly and differently depending on your circumstances, right? If there's no break bar, obviously you don't use Pulverize. If there's no elemental weakness, then you don't use Weakness Detection. For the most part, Double-edged Sword, Chains of Blood, if there's no boss, you don't use Boss Slayer, right? And Conqueror of Adversity, and then the Dagger right here, this one here, Dagger Technique are going to be your top ones overall. All right, so there you go. That's your top DPS ones. Now let's talk a little bit about survivability because that's going to matter quite a bit. So you're going to want to focus on that a little bit as well too, okay? So, yeah, daily quest completion. Yeah, that's going to matter. Now, the biggest problem with this one, of course, is the fact that you do sometimes get bugged and it doesn't activate. It's a game issue, right? But when this works 100% of the time, you're going to want this for survivability. It's in my opinion, the best one, okay? Next up, Tenacity. Tenacity is not bad. The damage you take will decrease by 20% when you have 30% or less maximum HP. So this one actually works really well with Conqueror of Adversity. If you have a hard time surviving, those two working together in tandem are actually really, really nice because you survive longer and then you also get all the bonus stats, all right? So that's a really nice one as well too. Camouflage, probably the best one. I'd say probably the most efficient one. When you receive damage exceeding 5% of your max HP, which we most of the time do, you gain Camouflage for 3 seconds and recover 2% of your max HP. This one at a higher level keeps you alive for so damn long. Okay, so those are the big ones right there. Speed isn't bad. Your dash will increase by 8%. Your dash cooldown will decrease by 8%. So your speed increases and your dash increases. So this is nice for people who have a hard time surviving because their dash is down all the time. This one will actually help you survive. Kasaka Steel Scales are not bad. I'm not a big fan of the 6% decreased damage. It's almost minuscule. You don't even notice it. Okay, so don't ignore that one. What else now? Swiftness. Here we go. Okay, so this is very, very powerful. Now, I don't have this on this account. I have my free-to-play account, though. The maximum number of consecutive dashes increased by 1. There's a 12% chance that your cooldown will be reset completely. Crazy good. Crazy good. So highly recommend that one as well too. HP extraction is not bad. You recover 0.8% HP when defeating an enemy. Sucks against bosses. So that's where the biggest issue with that one lies. So those are pretty much your best survival ones. Okay, so it's going to be daily quest. It's going to be tenacity. Okay, this one here gives you max HP. Don't even bother with that one. It's not worth it. Camouflage. Those are the 3 best ones. Okay, for survivability. Kasaka Steel Scales are mediocre. Speed one I think is better because you have a chance to decrease the cooldown of your dash and also faster running in general. And then of course the where is that one? Swiftness. Okay, those are going to be your best survivability ones. So there you guys go. Those are the top DPS, top survival blessed stones in the game. If you have any comments or questions, let me know in the comment section. I'm more than happy to answer them. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.